Good evening, children. Now we'll go for the problems of Unit 1. First question: in a submarine equipped with sonar, the time delay between the generation of a pulse and its echo after reflection from an enemy submarine is observed to be 80 seconds. That is the time for the signal from the submarine to reach the enemy submarine and return back to the submarine. So 2 times it has been travelled here. So that time is 80 seconds. If the speed of sound is 1460 ms per minus 1, what is the distance of the enemy submarine? So check the units. The speed is ms per minus 1 and the second is 80 seconds. So both are in SI units. There is no process to change it from one unit to the other. So we can directly use it as such. So first, given what is given? Speed of sound in water. So it is 1460 meter second inverse 1. Time delay is 80 seconds. You have to note down again. This time delay is for travel from the ship to the enemy ship and then coming back to the ship. Okay. Now the calculation part. Speed of sound, we know. From this we need to calculate the distance. So distance, what formula we have? Speed is equal to distance by time. Here we need distance. So distance is equal to speed into time. So 1460 into 80. So multiply it, you will get 1,16,800 meters. Convert into for one traveling, because it has taken 2 traveling, no. So convert it for one traveling. So one traveling means distance between the ship to the enemy ship, that is equal to total distance by 2. So you will have 1,16,800 divided by 2, which is equal to 58,400, or otherwise it is in meter. If you want to convert into kilometer, divide it by 1000. So it is 58.4 kilometers. Is it clear, children? Yes. The calculation part, everything you need to work out properly in your classwork note. Fine. So I repeat, the distance of enemy ship is equal to total distance by 2. It is very important. Next problem, question number 2. The radius of a circle is 3.12 meter. Calculate the area of the circle with regard to significant figure. When it is regard to the significant figures, we can make it for 3 significant figures. So area is equal to, area of a circle is pi r square. Here we have taken the pi value to be 3.14. So 3.14 into 3.12 into 3.12. Directly multiply it, it is 30.566. I told you, when it is with regard to significant figures, we have to make it to, when it is significant figure, we need to check the question value. There it is given for 3 values, 30.6 meters square. So if the result is rounded off into 3 significant figures, then area of the circle is equal to 30.6 meters square. Always unit is very important while you are doing the problem. The correct value will fetch you 1 mark, whereas the unit will fetch you the another 1 mark. Full calculation will give you 1 mark, and just remembering and rewriting the unit will give you another 1 mark. So concentrate on the unit. Okay, area of the circle is meter square. Fine. So next question, assuming that the frequency nu of vibrating segment may depend upon applied force, length, mass per unit length. Actually we will write nu, that is the frequency. So they have told us to frame the equation. Okay, so it is related to JIPMEC question, so try to understand it. It is of the format what video I sent in the morning. The frequency nu of a vibrating string depends upon what? Force, length, mass per unit length. So what we need to do? We need to write the dimensional formula for frequency alone, force, applied force, length separately, and mass per unit length separately. Okay, you remember the example problem I explained in the morning class? The same format. So what we need to write? We need to write the formula for frequency, applied force, length, mass per unit length. Okay, so nu. What is the frequency? Nu. Nu takes the dimensional formula of T inverse 1. You remember it? If you don't remember, take your book and check. Force is M L T inverse 2. Length of the coil is L. Mass per unit length, that you should remember it. So mass per unit length means M by L. So M L inverse 1. What we will do? After writing the dimensional formula, we will introduce the power to the known values. So X, Y, Z. So L power Y. You should write L power Y here. It is missed in this picture. So after writing, you have to organize M together, L together, T together. And then we have to equate the powers of M, L, T separately to form the equations. Okay, and then we need to solve the equation one by one. Here how we will solve? You can solve from the third equation. X is equal to 1 by 2. If you substitute x value in x plus z is equal to 0, there you will can get z is equal to minus 1 by 2. X value, z value, if you substitute in the second equation, you will get y value. Just by substituting the powers, you can frame the equation. Okay. Fourth question. Jupiter is at a distance of 824.7 million kilometers from the Earth. Its angular diameter is measured to be 35.72 degree. Calculate the diameter. So it is what method? The method what we followed in the, okay, that is the distance between the longer objects, astronomical objects, that too. So given distance of Jupiter is 824.7 in million kilometer. Million means 10 power 6. So 10 power 6 you need to convert into meter. And then angular diameter is given in degrees. Convert it into radian. So to convert it into radian, you need to multiply it by 4.85 into 10 power minus 6. So you will get the value for angular diameter. Then diameter of the Jupiter D is equal to capital D into small d. That is the distance into the angular diameter. If you multiply that, it is 1.73 into 10 power minus 4 into 8.247 into 10 power 11 meter. Okay, just do the calculation part. So the calculation part will be, the answer will be 1.4, that is 14.267 into 10 power 7 meter, which is equal to 1.427 into 10 power 8 meter. Okay, you can write it in meter itself. You need not write for the other form. But the thing is, you need to do the calculation properly, children, and then you have to do the significant figuring, that is the rounding off to the proper value. Okay, you should round off to minimum. Should round off to the question value. Here it is 4. So round off to 4 values. So instead of writing 14.3, we have written as 14.26. 267, that is 27. Okay. So while in your note, the clear multiplication part of all this value should be there. Don't just copy as such. Okay. So work out each and every part and then write it in your classwork note. Next problem, question number 5. The measurement value of length of a simple pendulum is 20 centimeter, known with 2 millimeter accuracy. Accuracy is 2 millimeter. The time for 50 oscillation was measured to be 40 seconds within 1 second resolution. Calculate the percentage of accuracy in the determination of acceleration due to gravity g from the above measurement. So length is given in centimeter. Its accuracy is given in millimeter. Time for 50 oscillation. So it is a 40 second within 1 second resolution. So time, both the values are given in second only. There is no conversion at all. Calculate the percentage of accuracy. How much it is accurate we need to calculate. Okay, in the determination of acceleration due to gravity from the above measurement. Okay, so whatever value they have given, from this if you need to calculate g value, what will be the accuracy? Okay, what will be the percentage of accuracy? That is the problem here. So just do the simple calculation. First, length is in 20 centimeter, no? So 20 centimeter length. So the error can be converted into centimeter. So 2 millimeter is equal to 0.2 centimeter. And we know the value, the formula for gravity G is equal to L by T square. Okay, so L by T square, when it is in the division form, then what we will do? We will take the individual error and add. That is the propagation of error method. So using that method, delta G by G is equal to delta L by L plus 2 delta T by T. Okay, so we need to find delta L by L, delta T by T. Delta T by T, what is? Delta T is 1 second, T is 40 second. So delta T by T is 1 by 40. Delta L by L, that is also given, it is 0.2 by 20. In between the step you need not that one, that you leave as such. So 0.2 by 20 plus 2 into 1 by 40, it will be 0.06. So the percentage, when you want to convert into percentage, you need to multiply it by 100. So when you multiply it by 100, it is 6%. Is it clear, children?